I literally don't know what I'm doing. I feel like when you're in your late 20s, social media makes you feel like you're supposed to have it all figured out, and you're supposed to have your career, and you're supposed to be engaged, and you're supposed to be having babies. And I think there's a huge misconception that you're supposed to have it figured out. But I've realized that we're all trying to figure it out. We don't always know our purpose until very after lived experience of certain things in life. I'm 27 years old, and I'm essentially, or have been, starting from scratch over the last, I'd say 3-4 years. And actually making this video or continuing my YouTube journey is part of that. So I thought that I needed to have my life a little bit more figured out to start, but I actually realized, no, like, why don't I just start? That's what we have to do. We just have to start. So I'm just gonna get right into it. I have my laptop just to help me go over the things I want to talk about. And so basically we're gonna start with, how did it get here? My early 20s did not go at all like how I expected them to go. You know, a big factor of this is that I fell in love, and I thought this man or this boy was my forever, and we lived together. We had the same hobbies and passions, and you know, that relationship, essentially, long story short, ended up being the worst time of my entire life. Like, I lost myself, I got sick, mentally and physically. I lost like a lot of weight. Like, I was about 89 pounds by the end of that relationship. And you know, I'm not going to put all the blame on him. I chose to stay, but that's like the whole point of like figuring out who you are and your worth and all that stuff, right? So that's basically how it started. Everything, like, my mental health went down, financial aspects went down, everything. Like, by the end, I literally just, I had nothing. It was like hitting rock bottom. I made a lot of mistakes. I stayed way longer than I should have. I accepted infidelity through a relationship over and over and over again, and I chose to stay. It diminished me. It almost destroyed me. And by the end, I felt lost. I didn't know who I was. I couldn't go to the grocery store without putting my head down and like feeling uncomfortable, because I was so dependent on this person who was not treating me fairly, was not valuing me. And then towards the very end, I just realized that, you know, no one's coming to save me. I am in control. Like, I have to make a change. I have to do something about this, because this isn't right. I'm sick and I'm not healthy. I'm struggling. It took one catastrophic failure or one catastrophic event for me to just say, I'm done. And as they say, the saying's true, you're willing to tolerate what you tolerate until one day you just don't. One day you just don't. And a lot of this came with, and this is a whole other topic, but you know, faith and believing in something, and believing in God, obviously. So, you know, when you're at such a low point and you don't know what to do, you start praying. I'll be honest. When I was in my apartment alone, and all I could do was pray, you know, and that's very vulnerable to say. Like, I mean, I don't care anymore. Like, I believe in God. I believe there's somebody guiding me. But yeah, that is the wake-up call for me. That was the wake-up call for me, is that I started praying regularly, and eventually I had the courage to leave. And honestly, it was a breakup that didn't really hurt, because I guess I had gone through it enough times that I just I was happy to be out. Like, I was just relieved, and all the guilt that he would try to, put on me, I didn't. Basically, going through these difficult life challenges is what shaped my motivation to just do better and become the woman that I want to be, and to just, I essentially also had no choice but to just start my life over. So right now, over the last few years since that ended, what I've been rebuilding is basically my mindset, my mental health, obviously finances, because when you deal with somebody who's very selfish, out of love, you just want to, help them, and I lost a lot that belonged to me. So I've been rebuilding my finances, obviously my confidence, and a big thing that I've been rebuilding is my physical health. I started the gym very fast after that breakup at only 89 pounds, so I was really insecure to go to the gym. My legs essentially just looked like bones. But I did it. I kept going. I then met someone else. I met someone quite soon, which I think comes from prayer, maybe, because I know that's something I was praying for. I wanted to be shown that what I was asking for existed, and to save, to help me believe that this exists, because I was with a partner who made me feel crazy for thinking that everything I wanted was just not realistic, not doable. And I met this really nice guy, and he was very consistent, showed up and taught me a lot of things that I needed to unlearn, because I knew he was the type of guy that probably wasn't gonna tolerate certain things, because he seemingly showed me that he knew what he wanted as well. But essentially, I fell really hard for this particular guy, and then we were together about a year. I was asking all the questions. I thought everything was going great, and it was slow, steady, safe. Obviously, people have traumas that they have to heal from. Everybody has their own. I was still learning to unlearn, to run in certain situations, and it's okay. I understand that that's not something somebody wants. They want to feel secure, and I get that. But it didn't work out, unfortunately, with that person. But what I'm trying to say is that when God shows you or gives you what you want, you're kind of forced to fall in line. There were a lot of things that I unlearned in that relationship, because there was a certain level of woman that I want to be for the type of man that I want to attract. Some of the things that I quit was I was a fiend when it came to nicotine and vaping. It was a horrible habit of mine that I actually relied on for mood control and stress relief. But I know he didn't like it, and I also envisioned, what do I want to look like? What type of woman do I want to be by the time I'm 30? And for me, I just can't picture myself as a 30-year-old woman holding this little vape all the time. I didn't want that for me. So I kind of used that opportunity and how adamant he was about me not vaping as an opportunity to grow, and I did. And I've been vape free now for about just over a year now, and I had no slip ups. I feel so good. I'm rebuilding my routines. I've fallen in love with figuring out what I like to do, how I like to spend my time, feeling safe alone. That was a big thing. I didn't know how to be alone, and now I love being alone. I'm heavy on my space, and I learned that a lot through my last relationship as well, because he was also somebody who liked his space. So there was a healthy middle ground there, and I learned a lot about myself, being alone. And similar to something I said earlier, starting this YouTube journey or series has always been on the back of my mind, and I've never been able to just sit down and talk to a camera. Meanwhile, half of the population does this, and it's not a big deal, and people like it. I wanted to start this for years, and I can't even believe that I'm sitting here right now doing it, but it is what it is. Every year I tell myself when I was more successful or more confident, had a better camera, or just more time. Because obviously working full time, trying to, have a social media presence can be hard. But it's not even about that. It's more just about, like, I want people to know me more. I want people to know me and not like what I post. So I thought YouTube is a great outlet for that. So yeah, basically me starting this YouTube channel is not because I have everything figured out. It's just because I'm not waiting anymore. I want to just take action and start, and also document the journey, and just for other people, because it really is true. I feel like going on social media every day, everybody's broadcasting lives that may or may not be what they're trying to, put out there, but we all naturally just feel like we're supposed to have everything figured out. We're supposed to have the career, we're supposed to have the husband, we're supposed to be being mothers. And that's just, at least for me, and through people I know and friends that I've reconnected with lately, it's like we're all just trying to figure it out. And I think it's beautiful that we're all kind of doing it together. So I'm just hoping that by starting this YouTube channel, it just helps, one, let people know that it's okay, and to give yourself grace, and also just to show more about me and my opinions, and if they can help you, or because I know I was in a dark, deep place once, and I just know that people need people to relate to, and I really want to be that for people that may have been in my position, because it does get better. And I know it's so cliche, but it gets better, and like, it's okay. So now I'm gonna talk about some of the actual things that I had to do to rebuild. And I'm gonna be completely honest. At 26 years old, I lived by myself, or away from my parents, since I was 19. Like, I moved out very young in roommate situations, all the way up until about 26, when I met my previous partner. I realized that I didn't have the financial stability that I'm supposed to have, and I was losing more money than what was coming in. So I had to make the decision to move back in with my family, which was really hard. It was an emotional setback for me. Like, I felt like I wasn't progressing. I'm not doing good in life. I'm not. But then I realized there's a lot of people that unfortunately can't afford to live on their own in today's day and age. However, when you log on to social media, it looks like everybody's living by themselves and they're making a lot of money and they can do all this stuff. And yeah, like, I'm sure a lot of it is true. Like, and I'm not negating that people don't work hard for what they have and whatever, but I'm just saying majority of us are struggling. Especially, like, I don't know, I'm from Canada. Things have been terrible. I have lived on my own since 19 to 26. I could buy 4 bags of groceries at like the cheap grocery store and it would be like $65. Now 4 bags of groceries is more like $140. It's like insane. Like, it is really hard unless you have multiple incomes, or if you have roommates. But majority, it's really hard. So I moved back home, and I do still pay to live here, but it's nothing compared to, having your own apartment and hydro bills, water bills, all that stuff. But I did that because I knew that it's just going to be a setback for temporarily, so that I can rebuild finances, being able to focus on a little bit of other things, not having as much responsibility. And I think it's okay. Like, if you need to take a setback, if you need to move in with a friend, if you need to move in back with family, it is okay. And a lot of people go through this. And it's okay. Like, it's not something to be frowned upon. Another thing about rebuilding is that obviously when I lost that boyfriend that I told you guys about, it was devastating. I think that if you lose something that you really wanted, it really like messes with you. I didn't want to believe it for months. Always had the mentality of like, oh, he's gonna want me back, he's gonna want to come back. But then I realized one day that what you lose is a blessing, because it opens doors for what's meant to be. And it's okay, like, feel the emotions. And I did, and I couldn't eat for a couple weeks again, like typical girl things. But basically, like, now I met someone, and I wanted to manifest a certain type of individual, if that makes sense, and I've gotten it. And it's also, there's things about this relationship that I couldn't do in the last relationship. So it's like, oh, this was meant to be, and this is how it's supposed to be. Like, I'm supposed to be feeling this way, and I'm supposed to be like healing, and I'm supposed to be having a safer space to talk about certain things, and the person's not gonna make me feel bad about it. And it's just, yeah, so I had to come to terms with the fact that what you lose is a blessing. So keep that in mind. Obviously, the biggest thing you have to do to start rebuilding or starting from scratch is spending time alone, and forcing to be alone, holding yourself accountable, and really sitting with the thoughts of, what do you want for your life? What do you want? Because after I lost myself, I couldn't tell you what my purpose was. I couldn't tell you. But spend time alone, start really thinking about your purpose and what you want out of life. And I will tell you mine. I realized that I am not a huge career girly. Like, I have a job, but I don't want to work. I don't want to be there. But anyways, I think every person feels that way, I'll be honest. Like, I've been doing it full-time, 5-6 days a week sometimes. But I've realized that my purpose is I want to be a mother. Okay, that's it. I want to be a mother. I want to be the nurturer of the family. I want a man who's going to appreciate that about me. I want to do YouTube and have a social media presence and whatever that looks like, which I haven't figured that out yet, but I want my voice to be heard. I want to give a life to my family, my future family, that I didn't have. And I think that is my biggest purpose. Like, I just want to give someone in my future children and the life that I didn't have. Like, I think that would be my ultimate dream, is to just do that. And I'm not ashamed to say that. But my partner that I have, he's very pro, provider. He's very pro wanting, his wife to have a soft life and being the mother that gets to take care of the kids and take care of the home. Obviously, fairness. There has to be, equality. And I'm very heavy on female and male roles, but yeah, so that's what I mean about, just letting things fall in line. Because if you know what you want, you take the time and figure out your boundaries, everything is just gonna fall out. What's not meant to be, it's just not gonna. The next thing, this one was hard for me. Learn to be selfish. Learn that saying no isn't a bad thing. Because, again, people who respect you are going to fall in line. they're going to fall in line. Even I learned from my last relationship that in this relationship, I said no a lot. I was saying things like I wouldn't tolerate that. That would be unacceptable to me. This would not work for me. And it essentially allows people to have a choice, because if you say no, they're gonna think, okay, I can respect that, or they're gonna give you disrespect for saying no, and then one of two things is gonna happen. You're going to, actually no, only one thing's gonna happen. You're gonna be saying, no, I can't have you in my life then, because if you can't respect something I'm absolute no about, then there's the door. But yeah, so you learn to stop being so accommodating, because I used to get that compliment in my most recent relationship, and at first it sounds nice, but then you're like, no, because I'm always the one accommodating. What are you doing? What are you accommodating? Right? Like, you know? So this time around, I learned to actually have more to say and not be so wishy-washy and, oh, it's okay, I understand, oh, it's okay. No, you have to learn to be selfish, because people will take advantage, even if it's unintentional. It's just, even if it's unintentional, people who are just very lenient, it's easy to just expect that person is gonna just be there regardless if you want to put them first or last. Okay, this might be not as important, but for, like, I hope it's just mostly women watching anyways. Invest in your beauty. Like, I'm not saying spend thousands, but like something that really helped rebuild my like physical and even a bit of your mental health and confidence. It's like just a simple, I'll be honest, lip filler. Like, even just that just completely helped me feel just better about myself. And you know, I know they say social media and all that, it's like, oh, it's frowned upon to get filler, it's frowned upon to get Botox, which I haven't tried yet, but it is on the list. I don't care, and I'm not ashamed to say it. But investing in your beauty, and something that I did this year, I think really counts as how I've started rebuilding, because it feels good to be a woman, to be a girl, to be a girly girl that wants to look pretty and have, you know, enhanced features. And that's only the thing I've done. Other than that, I just make sure to keep my nails done, honestly. Like, something so little about that is just always getting my nails done now, when I used to never care about getting my nails done. It's just something that really, like, helps me feel like I'm more confident and more put together. And if you look good, you feel good. Don't forget that, because I've literally lived by that saying. When you look good, you feel good. Anyways, there's probably a lot of other things that I've done, but I don't want to keep, you know, going on and on about certain things in my past, and I don't want to trauma dump on all of you either, but at least you have a little bit of insight. So I just want to say that this channel, I don't know what it's gonna turn into. I'm super nervous to upload this. I don't know if anyone's gonna watch it. Like, I don't know. It's so, I don't know, but I don't want this channel to be something that is gonna be perfected. Like, it's not gonna be a perfect life. It's not gonna be, it's just gonna be something that I'm proud of and things that I like to talk about. And then, you know, it's just a safe space, I guess, to talk about things and motivate others, specializing in like wellness and mental health and all that stuff. But it'll also be a mixture of maybe some, you know, lifestyle stuff, maybe vlogs, maybe I'll do like just normal life, like just me going to work, or like most of it's gonna be just honest conversations like this. and then things that I learned along the way, and then seeing the progress, right? And then just having an audience to follow along. So I've realized that I've talked a lot about relationships in this video. Everybody has their own experiences and traumas, and where they learn their habits, right? Whether it be your family or people you work with, or siblings or family, whatever. But it's just, at least for me, relationships was the outlet or the mirror that I had in my life that helped me come to the realization of these things. So I'm just saying, like, you don't have to go through terrible relationships romantically to figure all these things out, but it could literally be you lost your job and you lost everything, or like anything that could help you, like anything. So I just want to make that clear, that just because I went through terrible relationships, people wasting my time, doesn't mean that, you know, that's what you have to go through to, you know, have all these realizations and epiphanies and all that. So to summarize everything, if this is feeling really relatable to you, or you just don't know what to do, or you feel lost, you feel like you should be somewhere else in life, I would highly just recommend sitting with yourself, sitting in that uncomfortable feeling. Maybe have a notepad with you just to jot down, like, if you were to close your eyes and think about what your life looks like in 5 years, or say you're close to 30 years old, what do you want to look like? What do you want your life to look like when you're 30 plus years old? Start writing all those things down, because even if they're silly things, like, you know, like, just start writing it down, because all these things matter in discovering what you want. And then once you know what you want your life to look like, start implementing different daily habits that help you achieve to become that version of yourself. So, you know, it starts with routines, structure, mental stimulation. So, you know, reading is a good one for that. If you want to start reading self-help or podcasts, that's really good. Learn one of the podcasts that I love is Modern Wisdom. Chris Williamson, he speaks a lot about relationships and business, but I more care about relationship and like human behaviors and stuff like that. I mean, I love listening to his stuff. And obviously filtering out the negative in your life, that's a big thing. So if there's anything in your life that's causing you stress or putting you down, or it's constant chaos, you gotta get rid of it. You gotta distance yourself. I'm not saying, you know, unfriend your mom or something. Like, I'm not saying to do that, but like, just distance. I had to do it. I did it. I moved out very young. I didn't really talk to my family sometimes, but I had to do it for me, and I was selfish. So those are really my starting recommendations if you're feeling similar, and not knowing you know, which way you want to go, or what direction in life that you want to go. And I really hope that this can help people, and seeing it come from somebody like me. And I mean, I'm a normal person. I'm just a normal person going through the same emotions as you. So yeah, I don't know where this channel's gonna go. Maybe only a couple of you will watch, but maybe one day thousands of people will watch. I don't know. But I know that I want my voice out there, and I want to be more heard, and I want my personality to be more prominent in the social media world. So I just started. So thank you if you're watching this, and yeah, I look forward to the next video. Please feel free to comment if you feel the same, or maybe anything what else, like, that you enjoy listening to or speaking about, or yeah, like, I want to know all these things from you. So just yeah, I look forward to seeing you. Feel free to check out my socials in the description if you want to follow me. Please message me too if you want. Like, I love all that stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you soon.